in my opinion, was too crammed in. I mean, for the size of the tank, it's 450 litres, that is, so you're supposed to have one Discus per 30 litres or something.
Yeah.
I was just starting to start breeding fish now. It's a long time to wait buying a little tiddler, isn't it?
Oh yeah, of course it is. Yeah. You get the ump and then like, going and buy a big one anyway. Oh, you go. Look at that. Look. What is going on, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. Now, another tank visit today. I'm at Phil's house, Phil's Discus's house. Come and check out his tank. You got some big boys in there, mate, ain't you?
Yeah, I know. Like I said to you before, quite a lot of people have come around and bought fish, and then they've always said how big they are, because I mean, you can see some people's Discus and they look all skinny and a bit haggard.
Yeah, I can see these are nice and healthy, man.
Yeah, they're very well fed.
Yeah, I can tell. How many times a day do you feed them? Is it more than once?
What I've tried to do now is, I originally was feeding them 4 times a day.
Yeah.
With beef heart, mussels. I will feed them in a bit and show you.
Yeah, definitely.
But as you know, beef heart and things like that, it just cakes the glass and crap and horrible stuff. But now the majority of them are nearly fully grown. I've cut it down to twice a day.
Yeah.
Varying everything. But in the tank currently, they won't do it now. I did a water change this morning, and they're normally always at it. There's like 4 pairs. They're always laying eggs, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So it's a bit unfortunate, but.
So what types are they in? Do you know? Do you know their names?
Yeah. Luckily, they're all Stenker Discus. Yeah. Which is obviously the German one.
Yeah.
Keep this on the side.
Yeah.
So the big one you're just recording is a Pigeon Blood Silver.
Right.
And that's currently paired up with this one here, which is a Pigeon Blood Blue. Don't know why it's called a Pigeon Blood Blue, really, because there's nothing blue about it. The one behind it, the big one, is a checkerboard. That one's a German Wonder, far right. The one next to that, I'm pretty sure, is some sort of snakeskin cross.
Yeah.
Not 100%, don't quote me on that.
They're all just mesmerising, aren't they?
Yeah. I tried to. Some people like to go for tanks with all the same ones in. I did originally, until about a month ago, I had 18 Discus in here. Yeah. Which, in my opinion, was too crammed in. I mean, for the size of the tank, it's 450 litres, that is, so you're supposed to have one Discus per 30 litres or something.
Yeah.
I was just starting to think to myself, like, they're not skittish now.
No, that's it, and you're massively over-filtering the tank anyway, aren't you, as well?
Yeah.
Right, I see what you got. So you got an FX4.
And an FX6. I did originally have another canister filter on, but I don't know, I've just, because I've recently started getting into more bigger Plecos, and obviously Discus don't really like flow, I fitted this spray bar here to go along the top. Yeah,
it's quite good, isn't it?
And then this one down here is pointing down into the bubble stream, so it pushes along the bottom, so obviously the Plecos and that like a bit of flow and a bit of really oxygenated water, and that goes along the bottom, so hopefully it keeps this area of water still. Yeah. Because Discus hate being blown about. Yeah. It's just not, they're not that good at swimming.
That's a really good idea, because it's creating sort of the river for the Plecos, which they love, don't they?
I mean, I've only been into fish keeping a couple of years, but to me it makes sense that this is coming along the top. Yeah. Gets to there, that one's blowing down the bottom, and it comes back along, hopefully into the FX6 outlet. But I know obviously things get stuck or whatever. I don't really want to put a wave maker on it, because it's not that sort of tank. Do you know what I mean? I know there's nothing wrong with that, but it's not. They're not big arowanas and things in here, are they?
No, you don't need it. There's plenty of flow in there, mate. You can tell. And there's not like loads of stuff sitting at the bottom.
No, I did originally have substrate. Yeah. But I was getting so much like beef heart stuck under wood, mussels and things, and because at the time I didn't really have much clean-up crew that really wanted to eat that. It was a bit of a palaver, so I slowly but surely, much to my missus' disgust, when I was gravel vacuuming, I was just sucking the sand out the window. Watered bit by bit, now it's bare bottom.
It's the easiest way to do it, because otherwise you've got to take everything out. And and it stresses the fish out, mate, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, as you can see, they're hiding at the moment, but I'll try and encourage them out.
It's probably because I've got a camera in their face, mate.
Yeah.
Are they Alms at the back, Alm Angels?
No, they're not.
They're just standard ones, yeah.
They're just zebra angels.
They're really nice, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, they're probably a bit stressed out at the minute, because they do normally have really good stripes on them. Yeah. I think there's 2 males and a female, but yeah, they just keep growing. I don't know if it's because I feed the tank so heavily and whatever.
Probably right.
They're pretty. This is just a freeze-dried blackworm.
Yeah.
Don't really like feeding bloodworm because it's not very good for anyone apart from the 4-year-old that's in there.
I don't really like feeding it. I don't feed it anymore. I used to all the time with the clown nutches when they were babies, but no.
They hopefully they'll come through when they realise.
Yeah, they should do. If I move back a little bit, give them a bit of room. I see you got a nice blue car as well. Yeah,
a couple of years old. Like we had a chat about earlier. I mean, I've had a lot of slating over the last 2 years before. I'm saying, what have you got an aquarium with Discus?
Yeah.
It's too hot for them. It won't do any well. It'll fight all the Discus off for food. But I've had it since it's a baby. I just think it thinks it's a Discus anyway.
Yeah, it's probably fine, mate. It's doing alright. They do choke, don't they, Discus? I forget every time I film a Discus tank. They do it every time. But you just got to be calm with them, ain't you?
Yeah, I mean, if I was starting fish keeping again, I know I've got some really nice Discus here, but they're just... There's always something wrong with one of them.
Yeah, yeah.
But actually today, there's actually nothing wrong with any of them. So that going back on my words there, but I've had a couple die over the last couple of years, but I feel like that's just part and parcel of fish keeping, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is. They are quite a hard fish to keep. I had no luck with them years ago, but I was doing all the wrong things, and I was an amateur with Discus, mate, if I was young. And it puts a lot of people off, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But seeing them like this, and a few of the other guys I filmed, their tanks are amazing as well.
Once one comes for it, that'll all be...
Yeah.
But I mean, this one here especially, I think this is the boss of the tank, this female here.
Yeah.
It's quite a big, chunky fish, isn't it?
Yeah, they all are, mate. It's nice to see them this size.
Yeah, the smaller ones are about a year younger than the bigger ones, so that's why they're a bit smaller.
Hmm. And what is that black fly, is it?
Black, freeze-dried black worm.
Black worm, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they love that, don't they?
Yeah.
And obviously you've got like all the clean-up crews. See the rummy noses and the corries now just going off for the little bits at the bottom.
I did have loads of corries and things, but like I said, I mean, I'm not big into them, and I mean, I shouldn't, when some of them die, I don't really replace them these days, but I probably should get a few more corries.
I think you've got quite a nice number in there, mate. They're doing a great job of cleaning up, aren't they?
And to be fair, like, I've got about 25 bristle noses in there hiding away in that.
Yeah. What light are you running then? Is it just a...
So, you see all these people that you've been to with really, really fancy, expensive things. I know I've obviously got 2 pretty big canisters, but this, when I originally had the Fluval Roma 200, you know, they come as kits, don't they?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
This came with the Fluval tank.
Yeah.
And I don't even know what it is. It's just the Fluval something or other, but obviously you can control it on your phone and it does the job, doesn't it?
Does it link with the Bluetooth, does it?
Yeah, and it's not even on 100% in there, it's only on like 65%.
No, it's perfect, isn't it? There's no point changing, is there?
No, because originally when I had this tank made from OA Aquaria, it came with, you know, like they come with hoods on, like the...
Yeah,
like
canopy,
yeah. But I didn't really like it, it looks a bit ugly, so obviously I took it off.
I've done the same thing with my tanks, I don't really like them either.
I've got, obviously, a large amount of pothos coming out the top.
Yeah.
My missus is mad on houseplants, you see, so I have to compromise and make it look a bit pretty.
Yeah, it does look good, doesn't it, the pothos?
Yeah, it's probably tripled in size over the last 6 months as well, but...
Yeah. Do you cut it back at all?
Nah, ideally I'd like it to reach the floor.
Yeah, so. It will do soon. Yeah, it won't take long. That's crazy how quick it goes, isn't it?
In regards to like water quality and things, I mean, I live in quite a hard water area. What's it like up by you?
Yeah, very hard. Yeah, it's hard to keep certain.
Yeah, so all I do for water changes, big hose out the window, drains it down, sucks any bits and bobs up. Hopefully, try not to suck any fish out the window.
Yeah.
And then I've got a 3-stage HMA filter that I just plug in and then put into the tank and fill it back up.
Yeah.
And they seem to be fine. I mean, apparently, Stinker Discus compared to Asians, they're like bred in hard water in Germany. Yeah. Even though they're closing down, but.
Yeah, I know. I heard that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, so these might be quite rare in a couple of years.
I reckon they will be. Yeah, I reckon hold on to them, mate. Absolutely. And if you can get them to breed.
Oh, mate, they breed like mad. They've never gone to wigglers because something else eats the eggs in there. But
yeah,
I've got various videos on my Instagram of them laying eggs all the time.
You need to get another tank set up.
raising Discus is just a bit of a traumatic thing anyway, because you have to feed him about 10 times a day.
Yeah, got to be at home all the time, haven't you?
Yeah.
These rainbows are lovely as well, aren't they?
Yeah, speaking to the place that I got them from, I mean, they're not that red at the minute, but at certain times of the day, especially the males, they're literally solid red.
Yeah, yeah, I've seen them before, really red. They look stunning, don't they?
I think they've got a fair bit of growing still to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
They get pretty 6-7 inch sort of fish, don't they?
Oh yeah, I did a fish rescue, this would have been like a couple of months ago now, after filming this video, with Sim's tropical fish, and we pulled a load of these rainbows out this outdoor heated pond. Mate, honestly, they were as long as that Discus, probably a bit more.
Yeah,
they were absolutely massive, yeah, and the Bose Marlies were absolutely huge in there, and they look quality, mate.
Because saying about that spray bot, ever since I've done that as well, these rainbows really appreciate that flow and the bubbles. They just sit there all day going up and down that flow.
No, it's great for them, isn't it? Oh. And what's the heater at the back? Is it Eheim?
It's just an Eheim 300 watt. I've been, because you a fair few months ago now, Mark, his name is Discus Switch on.
Yeah, I know Mark. Yeah, I filmed his tank.
I chat to him a fair bit on Instagram or whatever, because whenever he has a problem or I have a problem, we try and work it out together.
Yeah.
But we was only just speaking about heaters last week, because he has like 800 watts running in his, because he was on about his gas and electric bills.
Yeah.
And I've only got that 300 watt, and it sits at 29 degrees in that tank all year long sound.
Yeah.
I've obviously got the cut off in case the heater fails or something if I wasn't here on holiday.
Yeah.
Set up there, so if it goes below or above a certain amount, the alarm goes off, and it's set to my phone as well. But that's about as high tech as it gets in there.
Yeah, it's strange, isn't it? Because his tank, I think his tank was 5 foot, I'm pretty sure. And what was this? 4 foot.
So now it's a bit random, because when I had it made, I had to try and persuade my missus what's the biggest size it can be. So it's 133 centimeters long, which is like 4.5 foot.
Yeah.
It's 51 centimeters deep, and then it's 680 centimeters. No. Yeah, 680 centimeters high.
Yeah.
So it's about 450 litres there, give or take.
Yeah, it's a nice size, isn't it?
For this room, it's a nice size. I mean, in a bigger house, it might be a bit smaller, but I'm very happy with it for now.
No, it looks quality, mate.
I'll put some beef heart and mussels in, see what I can get going on.
Yeah, definitely. We need to talk about your plecos in here as well, don't we?
Yeah.
Because you've got some crazy bits in there as well, haven't you?
I have, yeah. I'll just put this in. But I've seen you, when you went to some guy's pleco or whatever place not so long ago, with the mussels and that.
Yeah.
Try and take off the black bits.
Yeah, because he Martin, his name was. Yeah, no, I didn't know that, and neither did a few of the people who've messaged me saying thanks for videoing that, because a lot of people have had plecos with like stomach issues.
Yeah.
And it's from that.
But you can see obviously along the bottom there's such a good flow right at the bottom, it's pushing all of it that way. I mean, some stuff does get trapped. But yeah, plecos. I might put my hand in and tip it out the cave, to be fair. There's a really nice blue-eyed panac in there.
Yeah, they're lovely fish, aren't they?
Peppermint bristlenose is in there. I'm pretty sure that one of them's on eggs at the moment. Golden nugget there. Not sure which number, because there's a couple of our numbers. Isn't the golden nugget? Is it an 81 or something like that?
81 and is it an 18? I think, something like that.
And then, like, my prized possession in this tank is the LDA Typhoon down there.
Yeah, they're incredible. You wait till, well, it would have been up on YouTube now, but wait till I've posted Julian's fish room tour of his plecos. That is incredible, mate. You would have seen it now, if that makes sense, because obviously we're filming this later on. But yeah, he's got some massive typhoons. If you haven't watched that video, go check that out.
No, I have seen it, yeah. I mean, where I got this one from, GM Aquatics, they had 3, and I've gone for the smallest one because obviously my tank's not massive, so I'd rather them have a couple of years of growing, potentially sell it on, get a bigger tank, we'll see. But they had a big one in there, and I was really taken by it because it was swimming up to the tank and taking mussels out of the people's hands, so that's how tame it was.
Yeah, oh yeah, they're quite tame, aren't they?
I might regret this, but I'm going to put it in and see if I can get the panic to come out.
How long have you had the panic for then?
Only a couple of months now.
Yeah, they're amazing. Hey, check it out.
Oh, just poured water on my floor. I'll get a towel.
Oh mate, check it out though. There's something about them, isn't there?
Yeah.
He's just going to get a towel. He's just flooded his house.
Hopefully the missus don't watch the video.
Yeah, yeah.
I actually, a couple of months ago, had a right nightmare. Oh, this ain't gonna look too good. I was trying to clean the FX6 out, and the hose popped out the back, and it pumped about 50 litres of smelly fish tank water.
Oh no! What did was the missus at home?
Oh, I had to get a carpet cleaner in and sort it all out. She weren't best pleased.
No, I bet she weren't.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. Incredible fish, aren't they? I saw when I visited Tropco months and months ago, probably even a year ago now, they had some real big ones in there. Like, it's hard to tell how big, you know, probably from there to here.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
were they
2 foot.
Were they blue eye panax?
They were blue eye, yeah.
But the thing is with Plecos, and people say, oh, how big you take, they need it for that, but that might only grow an inch a year.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, they're very slow growing, yeah. It's a nice size now though, isn't it?
Yeah. It's very, well, I wouldn't say tame, but it comes out and feeds. It's not very shy, whereas if we get the typhoon to come out, it's a lot more skittish than that at the moment.
Yeah.
I haven't really had it that long, so.
Oh, they're incredible fish, aren't they? Funny how the Discus are fine with him as well. Just sort of,
yeah, like,
you know, you think they would jump about, wouldn't you?
No, they're. In terms of other fish in the tank, whatever there's been in there, because I have had some things that I've just sold on afterwards, they've always been fine. Yeah. They're not bothered about other fish at all. It's more when I try and put a tape measure against the glass to see how big I reckon they are. Yeah, they absolutely hated it. That's
right, yeah, just run off, didn't they? And they jump into everything, you're like, oh man, please don't hurt you.
Would you like me to try and get the typhoon out, or
it's up to you, mate. They're your fish, so it's up to you.
I'm happy to get them out of the cave. It's just I have to destruct the Amazon rainforest on top.
It is nice to see them though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because we do pay all this money for these Plecos, and you rarely get to see them sometimes, don't you?
Yeah, I know. Sorry, guys. I mean, how do you even reach the bottom of your tank compared?
Well, I have to get a big pair of steps and I'll get absolutely soaked.
There's no delicate way of going about it.
No, they're like suction cups, aren't they?
You always feel a bit bad doing stuff like this.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't harm them. They're alright. They're tough as nails, Plecos. I see there's an Adonis at the bottom as well, little baby one.
Yeah.
They do look really nice when they're young, don't they?
They do, yeah.
And when they get older, they turn into absolute monsters, mate. Don't
they lose their white spots, don't they?
That's right.
I think we might only be getting a tail today.
Yeah, no problems. You don't want to stretch them out too much, do you?
It's a shame, but
he's probably asleep in there.
He was.
And how often do you clean the canisters out then?
Well, I know you say you don't run any chemicals or anything to keep the water clean. Do you mean you don't even put any like resin bags in?
Nothing at all in mine, mate. No, nothing at all.
I wouldn't say I particularly need it, but I have got 2 bags of that C3 resin.
Countryside aquatic stuff, yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying it definitely removes nitrates, but it definitely makes your water very clear.
Yeah.
But apart from that, it's just the Pond Guru, Pimped Out, FX6 and FX4. Yeah. Biohome Ultimate and a bit of Alpha Grog.
Yeah. Oh, they are great filters, don't get me wrong, they're great. I know I've closed my 10 foot down now because I wanted to put a sump on it.
And yeah, you said about cleaning them out. It's just the right trauma, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, once every couple of months, I'd say.
Yeah.
8 weeks.
Yeah.
Because then I get them resin bags out and recharge them in salt and then go from there, really.
But it's just a chore, isn't it?
It wouldn't be so bad if those the heads that go on attached came off easier. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a particularly weak bloke, but getting them off really upsets me.
I'll give you a little tip. Have you ever greased them before?
No, I haven't. So
next time you take these off, get yourself some a little bit of grease and just rub it around the rim, and honestly, they will click on and click off so much easier.
I'll 100% have to do that last time.
Yeah, definitely do it. It will make a massive difference. But I know it's like you've got to get in there, you've got to press the button, lift them up. They do a fantastic job at cleaning their tanks, but I do hate cleaning mine. Yeah.
I mean, that FX6 doesn't get too bad, but you just have to admit defeat and go probably every couple of months, probably clean them out.
Yeah.
I mean, the flow on these, on my tank, it never the flow never gets any worse, so it's not like I do when the flow stops, but...
Yeah. Oh, it's just a chore though, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if you have a dirty filter, I'm not sure if it makes your nitrates in your tank probably go up a bit more, so it's just better to...
Yeah, just keep on top of it. I've always kept on top of it. When I was running the 3FX6s on my 10-foot tank, I was doing a filter every 2 weeks, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So every 2 weeks I'd clean an FX6, so there'd be a cycle of them and I'd write down which one I've done. So they'd get cleaned every 6 weeks, if that makes sense, you know, because it was free. So it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And I obviously had all the other tanks set up and everything, so... But yeah, with the sump... Oh, it's going to save me hours, mate.
With my water change schedule, when I used to feed them a lot more, I'll probably do like 3 water changes a week, probably like 40%, but now with bills and everything going up and things, I'll probably just do 78% a week.
Yeah.
But I've cut the Discus down by half, and I've also added an FX6 instead of the other canister filter that was on there, and stopped feeding them as much, so really I should be able to get away with it.
Oh yeah, less waste, definitely. That's quality, mate. And you've got a tank upstairs as well, won't you? Should we go have a look at that?
Yeah, we're going to have a look, mate.
Right, so this is Phil's other tank, which is upstairs, and he has got some absolutely stunning fish in here. Check out these.
Oh, they're coming out to see you, that's right.
Yeah. There's something about them in there.
Yeah, so I've got 6 L46 zebras in there. It's hard to section because these haven't bred yet, they're just come up to age. Some of them are 2.5, some of them are 3 years old, but various forums chatting to people, we reckon that there's definitely 2 females in there, so that's happy days, and then probably 3 males, and we're not sure what the smaller one is because it's not quite old enough. But like I was saying to you earlier as well, you'd only be able to see tails, but in this cave, I went down to Wales yesterday and picked up a male and female L236 super white.
Mate, they're going to be incredible if they breed.
I know, this is my little project sort of tank. I mean, this is the one where I'm not testing the water every day, but I'm keeping an eye on the TDS, the pH, making sure everything's tip top sort of thing. And it's a very basic setup, as in regards to I've got 300 watt heater set 29 degrees, a Fluval U4 filter that I had from one of my old tanks, and like a little air stone.
Yeah, see, I can see that, yeah.
And if I started moving everything about, there's about 50 red cherry shrimp in there, and about 25 to could even be 50 peppermint bristle nose fry. Yeah, to see. They go for quite good money as well.
Do you sell them like to the shops and stuff, or do you sell them online?
I haven't really bred enough fish to start going to the shops, because I mean it's not like I've got a full fish room. I've got one tank here, but if I could get the L236s, super whites from the zebras breeding, then I'd go around and see if they want to buy them off of me. But I mean, with the forums, like, have you got that band app, have you?
I am on that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've literally one weekend before, I said to my missus, right, I'm just going to sell some of my zebras, because I did have 15 in there, and I was like, I put them up on there, and within a couple of hours, I nearly sold all of them.
Wow, yeah.
Like, these sort of plecos, people absolutely snatch your hand off for them, especially adults, because they take so long to become sexually mature that people don't want to wait. I mean, it might take between 2.5 to 4 years for them to become of that age, and I mean, if you want to start breeding fish now, it's a long time to wait buying a little tiddler, isn't it?
Oh yeah, of course it is, yeah. You get the ump and then like going and buy a big one anyway. Oh, you go, look at that, look. Wow, they're lovely, aren't they?
Yeah.
What is your favourite pleco then? Obviously you've got your typhoons, you've got your panac, you've got your zebras and stuff. What are your favourite ones?
Probably, right now, I could have my mind changed with the L236s, super whites. Oh yeah, there's some younger super whites in there as well actually.
Yeah.
But it's probably the zebras.
Yeah.
There's just something about them. I think it's just as well, like, it's like with anything really, that they're really desirable, aren't they, to have?
I've seen there was a pack of 6 zebras in a probably tank the same size as this in a fish shop, yeah, and it was heavily planted with rocks, caves, everything. Yeah, it looked the absolute nuts. Yeah, and the zebras were like hiding in the wood and stuff, and it just looked quality. Do you know what I mean? This was in the shop. I think it was Wildwoods in near Enfield.
Oh right.
And it looked absolutely quality. This was years ago, and that's what got me into zebras all them years ago.
Because that's the thing with plecos as well. Like a lot of people, if you have to be into fish. I know obviously you can see them and think they look cool, but like for instance a typhoon downstairs, if it's just chilling in its cave most of the day, the average person will come and, whoa, look at the discus, but they don't appreciate there's a really expensive pleco, so it takes someone like me or you to come and have a look.
Oh,
and they go, oh, they're amazing.
Oh yeah, my missus prefers my clown loaches compared to marijuanas and stuff. She thinks marijuanas are...
Because that's the thing as well, like, I don't know anything about arowanas. The most I've learned is from watching you and your videos and sort of things, and they are really amazing fish. But like, I don't really have any desire to keep them, but obviously there's that many fish to choose from.
Yeah.
Everyone's got their own preference, haven't they?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
I do like them bass. They are really appealing.
What, the peacock bass?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're monsters, man.
But I don't think you'd want to put one in a 90 litre tank or the one downstairs.
You could grow one out in here, but all of them fish at the back would be dead tonight.
I won't be going down that road.
No chance, mate, no. And then, you need basically either an 8-foot tank or an indoor pond or a 10-foot tank when they get bigger, because they get to a size, mate.
Oh, yeah. They're supposed to live in their lake, really, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, my mate Jamie, I don't know if you watch any of the videos, I've been around his a few times, and he's got my old Temensis bass. They are absolutely massive. They're mind-blowing, mate, when you go there.
Is he the one that's got a red tail catfish?
Yeah. They're as big as this tank and more. And they're wide as well.
I mean, because I'm quite, well, not so much right now, but I've done a lot of carp fishing and things over my years. I'm quite into fishing. Yeah. You know, like, as you used to watch all like the fishing programs on TV when you grew up and that.
Yeah, river monsters.
Yeah, seeing them catch them and things, it's mad.
That's quality. And so the filtration is just literally the U4 in this one then, mate, yeah? Nothing else?
Yeah, it's the U4. It's got, I mean, you can't obviously put much media in it, but you know they've got them little trays in the middle. I've broke some Biohome Ultimate into like half, put that in there, and then just keep them on it. I mean, like I mentioned to you earlier, I will get a little canister filter for it, probably like an Eheim or something with a pre-filter, so I don't really have to touch it much, because I mean they don't create much mess compared to the bottom tank downstairs.
No, that's right. Yeah, you want to make it as easy as possible, really, don't you?
Yeah, and like you say, with having the sump and the canister, I don't like having things in the tank.
No.
Like that U4 in there is ugly as anything.
Yeah, but it's doing the job for now, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, and then you can let that run while you get your new canister. Once that's cycled, take that off, can't you?
I'm all about utilising what I've already got in the garage as well, sort of thing, because everything's quite expensive, isn't it? So.
Oh yeah, I shop about and I find things on Facebook and all sorts of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to go out and spend £300 on a new canister filter, do you?
Nah.
Mate, that is incredible, that fish. Is that a Crebensis you got coming through?
No, that's an Epistogramma.
Epistogramma.
I've got a bit of a love-hate relationship with that pair of Epistogrammas in there. There's a girl that's all, you know, like how you've got that dapnoid in your tank. Yeah. It's just, I mean, it is happy. It comes out for food eats all the time. Yeah. It just looks. You don't want to record it or post it just because it looks a bit miserable. Yeah. Just what their personalities are like, because they're absolutely fine. I've had them about a year now, but they're just always skulking around and sulking. The female's right at the back up there, and I mean,
it's strange, yeah. I've got two dapnoids like that, and then one of them's in the other corner, one of them's in the other corner. But as soon as I feed the tank, they're absolutely mental.
Because originally that Epistogramma was down in the big tank down the bottom, because I've got rams down there in that tank, and they're absolutely fine, but with Epistogrammas, they like to go along the bottom, don't they? And they don't really like much flow either, because they get blown about really easily. Yeah. It's quite funny how he's gone in the Pleco house, look. I'll drop a bit of food in. I mean,
let's see what they do.
They might come out, but I've only put, because you know it was on that lighting downstairs. Yeah. It's basically the same lighting here, but just a smaller version. Yeah. I actually dug that out of the garage and put it in, because I don't even have a light on this tank, because the Plex don't really need it.
No, and the light's probably not on this time either, is it?
No, it's never been on in this tank, so yeah. Might come out for it, they might not.
In the rainbows at the back are eating it.
Yeah, again with them, I did have 4, but they picked up a bit of a parasite or something when I got them, and 2 of them died, but I wouldn't get any more of them, so that's why I haven't bought any more, because I know they do better in a bit of a bigger group. But
yeah, but when they get big enough, you'll be able to put them downstairs with the other lot, won't you?
I think that they're actually dwarf rainbows, mate, so I don't think they get much bigger than that. They're
right.
They're like blue something, I can't remember exactly. But yeah, these usually get fed at night, so the chances of them eating much now are slim.
Yeah, they're starting to come a little bit, but yeah, they might be a bit spooked by the light.
But they're just mint fish. And like you say, there for a fish that's only 2.5, 3 inches long, they're expensive.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and you've got some money's worth in here.
I get people asking me all the time if I want to sell them, but I don't really.
No,
like I said, it's a bit of my project.
See one of the shrimp coming out there as well. Nah, they're mesmerising, mate. I love them. And you've got some real big ones in here as well. Yeah,
they're very well. Every fish, I don't overfeed the tank, so obviously it pollutes it, but I like to make sure my fish are well fed.
Yeah.
That's probably why the Discus breed so much downstairs and lay eggs, because they're well conditioned, sort of thing.
Yeah, it means they're happy, doesn't it?
Yeah, to be fair, you've got quite a good show there, to be fair, and some of them are right and eating now. For our left one.
Yeah. They've all got like a different marking as well, haven't they?
Yeah.
Oh man,
I definitely prefer Plecos to Discus these days.
Yeah.
They're a lot hardier as well, aren't they, to be honest?
You're making me want to do a zebra tank, mate, looking at this. It's quality, isn't it?
Your missus can't complain about that, mate.
No.
Look at it, it's absolutely tiny.
Yeah. Well, I've got tanks at home that are lying about, which would be perfect for them, you know.
And what I convinced my partner to is that this is my breeding project. If I can get him to breed, you can make good money.
Yeah.
Just as a bit of a side hustle sort of thing.
Yeah, of course. Another good way as well, when you add the canister filter, if you're thinking about, do you know the Eheim thing you're talking about downstairs, a pre-filter? Another cheap way of doing it, you know the sponge filters, you can get one which is,
I'll put it on the...
put it on the inlet, yeah. And that's another case filter.
I've got one on that FX4 downstairs, but the problem is with that tank, because it's only a small pre-filter, they get clogged up quite a lot and you have to be regularly cleaning them out. But I mean, it does reduce the amount of times you have to clean out your FX, which is always a bonus.
Oh yeah, yeah. But yeah, you can. It's just a big foam pad basically. I know they're a bit ugly, but
it's just like having a sponge filter attached to it.
That's right, yeah. And then when the fry are out, they can't get sucked in, mate.
No,
you know? And then we all know how expensive these fish are. You don't want to lose one. So
because I sold some of the, obviously not this size. They're going to be growing out for a good couple of months yet. Last weekend I sold 4 of them peppermints for 85 quid, and they was only that big.
Wow, yeah.
So even them bristle noses are quite desirable.
I've got a green dragon bristle nose at home, and it's bred with a snow white bristle nose. And I'll give a load of fry to my mate, because obviously the tank they're in at the moment, they keep getting eaten. So I'll give a load to my mate, and he's had them for about 3 months now, and I've never seen the colours on them. They're the most strangest looking Pleco. So it's a bristle nose, looks like a normal bristle nose. It's got the whitest tail, and then it's got white dots on its head. I have to try and dig a photo out and put a photo up on Instagram. But when I get another little tank set up, I can get a few more off in. And I've still got the mum and dad, so I can breed a few more.
And as you know, bristle noses, they're prolific breeders, aren't they?
Oh, breed all the time, mate.
You could put them in a bucket outside, and they'd probably still breed.
Yeah, breed all the time.
Because the pair of commons I've got down there, they don't just. There's so many more. I've had orange ones. I've had what is it, like Pleco or something? It's like an orange with like brown on it. Albinos. So just from your standard bristle noses, they spawn all different colours.
Yeah. That's lovely. Right, mate, I think we're in the video there.
Yeah, nice, man.
Well, thanks for having me over, Phil.
That's alright, no worries.
Appreciate it, mate. And thanks for watching, everyone. Like and subscribe to the channel, ding notification bell, and keep it real, everyone.